Hello, dear friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to Cricket Happenings. This on Saturday, the 27th of August, 2022. And what I have for you today is the Asia Cup. Started today, and it started off with Afghanistan having a crushing win over the Sri Lankans. Previously, in clashes between Sri Lanka and Afghanistan, we have seen that Sri Lanka are the ones who have dominated, but not this time today. Today, the Sri Lankans were really put under the cosh by the Afghanistan bowlers initially, and the Afghanistan batsmen, they just smashed the bowling to 83 runs taken in the power play overs. Rahman Gurbaz, young opener, and the other one, the young and talented Rahman Gurza, who normally plays cricket strokes, one could say, and the other one, Hazratullah Zazai, who really likes to whack the ball into the stands. And so that was a start for the Asia Cup. Started off with Afghanistan winning the match over Sri Lanka by 8 wickets. And also the main thing, the main focus would be how England exacted sweet revenge in the similar manner to what the South Africans did to them in the first test, and going on to level the series here in the second test match at Manchester and Old Trafford when they won by an innings and 85 runs inside 3 days. So this is that's the reason I'm using the term sweet revenge, because this was a similar situation when South Africa beat England in the first test match, and here comes England giving it back to the South Africans. So I'm going to talk about both these matches, but first we head off towards let's talk about the South Africa versus England test match. Just have a look at it and see what really went on. So the first and foremost, if you look at that this particular test match, where the second test at Manchester and Old Trafford, the thing was, it was Dean Elgar, the South African captain, going on to win the toss, but surprise of surprises, and that was something which really was something which I was really difficult for me to understand. With cloudy conditions there, the ball really moving about, there were overhead cloudy conditions. You have won the toss, and why would you go? You have already won the first test match, and why would you go and basically go and bat first? Probably the reason that Dean Elgar would probably put forward is that he had strengthened the team with two spinners, Simon Harmer coming into the team as well. But probably he was probably thinking the ball could turn a bit. But well, I wouldn't say there was so much turn in this particular wicket. And I think probably Dean Elgar got his judgment absolutely wrong. And that's what he probably paid for, as the South Africans were bowled out on the first day itself for 151. And that was definitely not a good performance. But the England bowling taking full advantage of the overhead cloudy conditions. James Anderson at 40 going pretty strong here, and showing that anyone who wants to play cricket, or being a fast bowler, if you want to bowl, you still can bowl at some good pace and also extract a lot of swing as well. James Anderson, 3 for 32 in the first dig in the first innings when he took the South African wickets. Ollie Robinson coming back and showing that he is someone who is going to be a real force to reckon with in the future. And what a comeback for Ollie Robinson. And in fact, Ben Stokes actually throwing the ball to Ollie Robinson to share the new ball on the first day of the morning at Manchester and Old Trafford. And Ollie Robinson really did a good job, 148. Stuart Broad took 3 wickets, and showing that he is really someone who is sort of a vital cog in England's scheme of things. 3 for 37 is experienced there. And Ben Stokes also doing a great job with the ball on the first day, picking up 2 for 17. Leach got a single wicket there. And England, in their reply, were definitely down in the dumps at one stage when the score read, I wouldn't say down in the dumps, they were 43 for 3. They were really struggling at that stage with 43 for 3. But what a partnership, what a tremendous partnership it was from two blokes here. One was the English captain leading from the front with a knock of 103 with 6 4s and 3 6s. The other one was this wicketkeeper, who's the best wicketkeeper today in England, according to me, Ben Foakes, being there till the end, when the Englishmen declared the innings at 415 for 9, with Ben Foakes' contribution being an 113, his second century in Test cricket, not out on 113 with 9 boundaries, taking all the time in the world. And what a partnership that was. They were 147 for 5 at one stage. And from then on, England absolutely pulled it off. These two partners, Ben Stokes, combining with Ben Foakes, the wicketkeeper batsman, took it along beautifully. And they went on to a very, very big partnership, which was probably 180 odd runs. And that was the one which enabled the Englishmen to go and declare the innings closed at 415 for 9 and put the pressure right on South Africa right from the beginning. So the bowling, nothing to really talk about. Nokia had 352 and 2 to Rabada. But South Africa in the second innings were totally blown away by the English bowlers as they were bowled out for 179, resulting in an innings and 85 runs win for England. What a sweet revenge for England, because we know that South Africa did that to England in the first Test match, winning the match within 3 days. And here comes England roaring back and giving it back to the South Africans. And now the series is level, the Oval Test beckoning now. The South Africans in the second leg, where it was only Keegan Peterson and Rassie van der Dussen, the partnership, which was really, really trying to extricate the South Africans out of a very tough situation at that particular time when they were 54 for 3 after Cyril Erwy. Now, again, let's talk about James Anderson's bowling today. In the morning, the new cherry, and he got it to really, really swing. And it was all about setting up Dean Elgar, totally setting up Dean Elgar, the South African captain, by getting some balls, probably hitting the splice of Elgar's bat, and then the next one holding its line from James Anderson, and Elgar is absolutely, I would say, absolutely flummoxed there. And he has no answer to this delivery from James Anderson, which goes and plucks out the off stump from the ground. And these are not sides that we are seeing in cricket, international cricket now. And Anderson did a wonderful job there. And what a wicket to get early in the morning when James Anderson, with the new cherry, getting Dean Elgar out for 11. And that was the big wicket. After that, we saw Robinson induce an error from Cyril Erwy's bat, as Ben Foakes, the best wicket keeper in England today, he changed his line a bit, went round the wicket, and he got the ball to climb on. And it was, as I said, it was a ball which induced Cyril Erwy to go and try to play at it, and he was a goner. So that was Cyril Erwy gone for 25 with 2 boundaries. And after that, we also had Aidan Markham playing a reckless shot, one could call, just before lunch. He was gone, a victim of Broad, and South Africa were in trouble. And then it was Keegan Peterson, who definitely has shown that he has enormous talent when the Indians went over to South Africa. And here comes Kevin Peterson once again showing his wares in a good partnership that he had with Rassie van der Dussen. Rassie van der Dussen unfortunately got hit on the index finger, and he was, but still, both really did a very, very good job. They recovered from 54 for 3 to 141 thanks to this partnership, surviving and also trying to bide the time, which was the good job that they were doing. But Ben Stokes, getting some reverse swing, extracted both the wickets. He picked up Peterson for 42, and then he bent his back, one could call, and that was the end of Keegan Peterson. Rassie van der Dussen, as I said, he was in a bit of a pain there. And again, it was Rassie van der Dussen also, really, really sucked into a stroke by Ben Stokes with his reverse swing bowling. He was gone for 41. And that was it as far as the South Africans were concerned. After that, it was pretty quick work. Ollie Robinson getting into the act when he knocked out the lower order in pretty quick time as he picked up the wickets of Keshav Maharaj, Nokia, and Lungi Giri. It was all over as a bit of resistance from Simon Harmer. Kyle Vereen, the youngster, was not out on 17. It was all over for the South Africans. 179 all out. England winning by an innings and 85 runs. and giving it back to the South Africans. And what a series we are having here. The series right now stands at 1-1 with the final test coming up at the Oval. And the bowling, let's have a look at the bowling. James Anderson, at the age of 40, a fast bowler. There has never been a fast bowler in the history of international cricket who has actually gone past the age of 40 and picked up wickets. And this is the man who is doing it, James Anderson. He can be very proud of the fact that he is doing a great job there. Ollie Robinson coming back in the England mix-up, coming in and grabbing 4 wickets for 43, adding to the one that he took in the first innings, is a breath of fresh air for England. And 1 wicket for Stuart Broad, and Ben Stokes with his reverse swing getting 2 wickets as well. Ben Stokes was named man of the match for all his exploits, whether it was the bat, whether it was the ball, and whether it was the field leading the team as far as England was concerned. Now, we shift the focus on to the Asia Cup, which is happening in the United Arab Emirates. Today was the first match that was played in the Asia Cup. It was between Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan. And as I said, so far, if you look at the exchanges that Sri Lanka and Afghanistan have had in T20 cricket, the Sri Lankans definitely had the wood over Afghanistan, but not today. The Afghanistan totally blew over Sri Lanka today. They crushed them by 8 wickets in the first game at the Dubai Cricket Stadium in the Asia Cup. Let's have a look at the card there. The Sri Lankans were totally blown off. There was the man of the match player. It was none other than the left-arm pace bowler Fazali Farooqi. What a spell of bowling from him. He started off with the wicket of Kushal Mendes, and what a delivery that was to have. I think it was Charit Asalanka who was the first wicket to go. When he got him LBW, he surprised the left-hander as there was a bit of a shuffle by Charit Asalanka, but the ball went past the inside edge and hit him plumb in front of the stumps. Charit Asalanka was gone for naught. Pathum Nissanka, there was a bit of a controversy. It was very, very surprising that this happened. The umpire had actually raised his finger and that went to the third umpire and came as a surprise of surprises from the TV umpire, saying that, and really enraged the Sri Lankan crowd that was assembled there, as Pathum Nissanka was ruled out, as the third umpire did not overturn the decision, but actually went in favor of the decision. And that was a surprise of surprises, according to me. And Pathum Nissanka, I thought, really unlucky to be given out for 3 to the bowling Naminul Haq. And after that, the Sri Lankans were totally at sea against the Afghanistan bowling. Fazali Farooqi was the man who was the chief architect there, who knocked off the stuffing out of the Sri Lankan innings when he picked up the wicket of Kushal Mendes, LBW for 2, Asalanka for naught, and he was breathing fire at that time. So 3 wickets down, and after that, Danishka Gunatilaka, probably, I was a bit surprised at the ploy of the Sri Lankans. Why Danishka Gunatilaka? Now, Danishka Gunatilaka is a batsman who we have seen is someone who likes to take advantage of the power play overs, likes to go over the top. And that was his best bet. And Danishka Gunatilaka coming down the order didn't help. And also, one also has to look into a silly shot that Danishka Gunatilaka played at that particular juncture. The reason being, the score at 5 for 3 when Danishka Gunatilaka walked in the second over. And when you have the situation where the chips are totally down for you, why would you go and attempt a very, very silly shot where he tried to take on the spin of Mujibur Rahman and he actually holed out into the deep to Karim Janat for 17. Banaka Rajapaksa was the highest scorer. He looked a bit aggressive, but they played. I thought he was the only one, and the other one was Chamika Karunaratne at the lower order, who managed to get the Sri Lankans past the 100 mark. Banaka Rajapaksa, 38 of 29, 5 fours and 1 6. One Indu Hasanga was out for 2. Sanaka is someone who I thought could have played a big role there, but very, very unfortunately, he dangled his bat at a ball which was going away from him, from Mohammad Nabi, and that made it 64 for 6 and made it extremely difficult for the Sri Lankans. Mahesh Tikshana, after that, there's nothing to really talk about. As I said, it was Fazali Farooqi strikes at the top of the order, 3 for 11, but a very, very unlucky Pathum Nissanka given out, which was a big wicket for the Sri Lankans. Naminul Haq 1 wicket. And then the spinners got into action. Mujibur Rahman, Mohammad Nabi, the captain, and Rashid Khan throttling the South African batting order, with Nabi 2 for 14, Rashid Khan none for 12, and Azmatullah Mirzai bowling a solitary over, which was clobbered for 20 runs. Now, it was the turn of the Afghanistan to take on the Sri Lankans, and the Sri Lankan score of 106 was never going to be something which is going to worry Afghanistan, but it was only a matter of whether the Sri Lankan bowlers could actually stick to a particular line and see to it that they could actually see what they could make out of it. But it definitely the openers, especially the young openers, the young dashing openers, I would call them. One is Hazratullah Zazai, and the other one was Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Now, Rahmanullah Gurbaz is definitely a dasher, but he's a dasher with proper cricketing strokes. When he hits the ball, he hits it with power, and there is great timing on his strokes when you see it. And these two combined, this particular combination of a left and right hand combination, was looking absolutely ominous for the Sri Lankans, as the Sri Lankan bowlers were taken to the cleaners. All the Sri Lankan bowlers were taken to the cleaners, as Hasratullah Zazai and Ramanala Gurbaz clouted the Sri Lankan bowling to the extent of taking 83 runs away of the power play overs, and that could really tell you the picture. 83 runs in the power play, and that is massive according to me, and that really painted the picture. And you look at the bowling. Madhushanka was making his T20 debut. His solitary over cost him 10 runs. The other one who was making his debut was Mahesh Patirana, the bowler who has the Lasit Malinga like slinging bowling action. He was making his debut. He got taken for 16 runs. So those two debutants definitely suffered. And then Mahesh Tikshana, 4 overs for 35. Patirana, I already spoke about. Vanindu Hasaranga was only one who bowled with a semblance of respect. 3 overs, 1 for 19. Chamika Karunaratne was taken for 20. And as I said, it was Zazai not out on 37 of 28. He actually took the sort of a restricted scoring there, because Ramanala Gurbaz was going absolutely strong. As I said, this man Ramanala Gurbaz is not a one who really goes there and tonks the ball. He plays perfect cricketing strokes, and those cricketing strokes that he plays is played with poise, with a lot of timing, and it has immense power as well. So Ramanullah Gurbaz, 40, and definitely I can tell you these openers from Afghanistan were looking dangerous. And I have a strong feeling this Afghanistan team will be really making a lot of people really worry now, because Afghanistan, to me, is having a good blend of batting and bowling. Ibrahim Zadran ran out for 15. Gurbaz was out for 40. Zazai was not at 37. And in the end, what a run rate. Look at the run rate that they kept there. If you look at the overall run rate, they've got if it comes to run rate, the Afghanistan will be very happy with it. They went at a clip of 10.42, and it was an 8-wicket win for Afghanistan. And so what a start to the Asia Cup, where Afghanistan have shown that they are very powerful, as they won the match against the Sri Lankans by 8 wickets to start off the Asia Cup in Dubai today. And now the second match, which is coming tomorrow, is an absolutely a blockbuster, what could call it, is between India versus Pakistan. It starts at basically 6 o'clock United Arab Emirates time, Dubai. It's going to be played in Dubai. The tickets have been totally sold out, which is not a surprise at all. And I'm told the normal ticket, it is much costlier than a normal ticket. I'm told it is 6,000 dirhams is one ticket to go and watch the India-Pakistan clash. And what a clash that is going to be. Yes, Pakistan have definitely beaten India in the World Cup, as you would remember, in the T20 World Cup. So that memory will be absolutely ripe. And also this Asia Cup is something which is having a different feel. Normally the Asia Cup is going to be were 50 overs affairs in the past, and this is the first time ever an Asia Cup has been pruned down to a 20 overs a side game. And what a contest this is going to be. India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Hong Kong is the sixth team in the fray. And as I said, tomorrow, India take on Pakistan. And let me do a very, very short preview as to what would be in prospect tomorrow. India, KL Rahul has come back into the Indian team. He has been out with injury, so it'll be interesting to see how Rahul goes. First, let me tell you about both the teams. As far as India is concerned, I think it is even Stevens right now because India does not have Jasprit Bumrah, who is the prime strike bowler. Pakistan does not have Shaheen Shah Afridi, their prime strike bowler, who did a wonderful job. He knocked the stuffing out of India, as you would remember, in the T20 World Cup. And I think he's a big key for Pakistan. As far as India is concerned, Jasprit Bumrah is not there. So that's another blow. So basically, it is even Stevens as far as that is concerned. But looking at the composition of the team, India, KL Rahul, who has just come back into the Indian team, it will be interesting to see how he goes. Rohit Sharma has said it is a matter of experimentation for the T20 World Cup, which is coming up in Australia. So he says that the experimenting will still go on. So it will be interesting to see who opens tomorrow. Virat Kohli is coming back after a mental break, one could call. He was going through a horror forms. He took a mental break. One feels that it has really reinvigorated him. And Rohit Sharma has definitely mentioned that Virat Kohli is looking pretty fresh, and this will be something that the crowd will be willing to see whether Virat Kohli's bat can dominate tomorrow against Pakistan, or whether Virat Kohli can come into form at the right time. That is very important. But watch out for this man. This man he's nicknamed Sky in Indian cricket circles. He is known as Surya Kumar Yadav. And Surya Kumar Yadav he is a 360 degrees player. So watch out for this bloke Surya Kumar Yadav. He is someone who can amaze you with his stroke making, and one is really willing to watch. And according to me, this particular Asia Cup for India, I am going to tell everybody to train their eyes on this one bloke, and his name is Surya Kumar Yadav, nicknamed as Sky. Hardik Pandya was not there when India played Pakistan in the T20 World Cup, if I'm not wrong. So Hardik Pandya is back in the mix. So that is a big, big plus for India. Rishabh Pant is someone we all know is a pocket dynamite. So another interesting choice for India to make. What are they going to do? Are they going to go for the finisher Dinesh Karthik, or are they going to go for Rishabh Pant? In all likelihood, looking at things, I think it should be Rishabh Pant. Ravindra Jadeja, the all-rounder who is in very good form. Kumar would be taking the new ball, and he's in some good nick as well. And then you have Yuzvendra Chahal, who did not play in the last T20 World Cup, so he would definitely be liking to say that what his presence could have done in the previous World Cup. But again, those are bygones, but still, Yuzvendra Chahal would like to prove a point. And also Avesh Khan, whether Avesh Khan would play or wouldn't play, one does not know. Probably it is going to be a toss-up between whether India wants to include the spinner Ravichandran Ashwin, or whether Avesh Khan would be the one that India would be seeing. It would be interesting. To me, I would probably say, I would probably go for Avesh Khan. Probably not in UAE wickets. I might say Avesh Khan, but one has to wait and watch. And also for Pakistan, they will have one person to contend with, and he is a wonderful bowler. He's Arshdeep Singh, the left arm pace and swing bowler, who has impressed in the APL. He has made it to the international team. He showed what he can do against England, and he's the best death bowler in the absence of Bumrah. So Arshdeep Singh will be the person to watch against in this Asia Cup. As far as Pakistan, yes, I told you that Shaheen Shah Afridi is definitely a sort of a real even Stevens as far as Jasprit Bumrah of India is concerned. But they have also lost the services of Mohammad Wasim, I suppose. There is one more pace bowler, and they have included the out of form Hassan Ali into the mix. Pakistan are also Pakistan for me. There are two players on whom this whole team, this Pakistan team revolves, and there is two batsmen. Their openers, their kingpin openers, according to me, it's Babar Azam, the captain, the very, very stylish Babar Azam, the captain, and Mohammad Rizwan, the run machine, one could call. And these two, it would be very important for India to knock one of them off, because if that is going to be something which is going to delay, then I think Pakistan will take off like an aeroplane. Fakhar Zaman is another batsman to watch. He's in some good form as well, and they have some good hitters down the line. Asif Ali, Kusdil Shah, very exciting prospects. Iftikhar Ahmed is a utility player. Shadab Khan is someone who brings all his all the skills to the game as far as batting, bowling, and fielding. Mohammad Nawaz, Shahnawaz Dawani, Shahnawaz Dani, and Mohammad Hasnain will play. Haris Shroff is a very experienced cricketer. He played against India at the T20 World Cup. Naseem Shah is the youngest. We know he's someone. He's a sort of a teen phenom, according to me, and he bowls at some raw pace. And they also have Mohammad Hasnain, who can also bowl at some really serious pace. And whether they are going to go for the leggy, I really doubt whether they will go for the leggy Usman Khadir. In my opinion, it would be the random off spin of Mohammad Nawaz. The pitch and conditions, well, it would be interesting to see what really goes on, but it's absolutely hot there in United Arab Emirates. Pretty hot conditions. Both these teams, which are coming from the subcontinent, would be pretty much used to these conditions, according to me. And I think we are going to have a blockbuster affair tomorrow when India take on Pakistan at the Dubai cricket ground in the United Arab Emirates in the second game of the Asia Cup. And we are all waiting here with bated breath to have a glimpse of the game tomorrow, and what a contest that is going to be. And that is the sort of a that is sort of a really marquee contest that is coming up tomorrow, and one can't wait to watch it. Well, dear fans and subscribers, catch up the excitement tomorrow in the Asia Cup, and I will be back to relay you my ball by ball not ball by ball, basically talking about the game and taking you through the whole game here once again on Sunday when I come back on my Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's goodbye from your host, Ram Studios. Thank you.